How's it going, everyone? My name is Rob, and welcome to the Video Game Beat, an ambitious casual podcast where we cover video game news. Today, we are covering Elden Ring and how the fans, they just can't. They can't handle it anymore. We recently had some Elden Ring gameplay footage leak online, and this is where it leads us today. At Video Games Chronicles Andy Robinson, here's what he has to say. The video, which has been seen by VGC but cannot be shared for legal reasons, is labeled as Bandai Namco Confidential and shows a significant amount of off-screen footage from what appears to be a planned gameplay trailer from the From Software title. The video leak represents the first significant update on Elden Ring since it was announced in June 2019 and the first time anyone has seen gameplay outside of its publisher or developer. I won't be showing any of the footage for two reasons. One, I don't want my video to be taken down by Bandai Namco. I'm very scared of them. And two, I don't want to ruin your first experience of some new Elden Ring content. If you're a huge fan of From Software, from the Souls games, from the Bloodborne games, and Sekiro and on, I do not want your first thing to see of brand new Elden Ring content to be footage of a 240p video that was taken on someone's phone showing someone else's computer screen showing off some gameplay. That's not the way to do it, and I don't want to ruin it for you like that. So I'm not going to do that. Again, if you're listening through podcast, you don't have to worry about any of that at all. Now, here's what I will say. It was first announced in E3 2019, and since then, we have seen and heard absolutely nothing regarding said title. Fans of From Software notably known for Dark Souls, Bloodborne, Sekiro, you name it, are becoming restless for a tidbit of Elden Ring news, and rightfully so. It's been 2 years since the announcement, and we haven't received anything at all. To me, since the release of Bluepoint's remake of Demon Souls, I can see that there's been like a rekindling and want for more Souls content, but also makes the fans question, is Elden Ring ever gonna come out? Is it canceled? I mean, we haven't heard anything in 2 years, so what are they left to believe? And you begin to just theorize in your own mind and come up with ideas in your own mind like, is this ever even happening? Now, in a recent episode of GamesBeat Decides, Jeffrey Grubb, a GamesBeat reporter, states that he has had a combination of sources that gave him confidence that he will hear or see more from Elden Ring by the end of March.
To me, it was a combination of sources that kind of gave me some confidence that Elden Ring would be by the end of March. Nothing has changed there, and so I'm like, okay, if nothing's changed, maybe it probably is still by the end of March. That's kind of what I would say. But it was never also cemented. It was never, oh, this is definitely happened. Here's an exact date, and I've said this repeatedly, trying to be clear with people. I've never had an exact date. I have reasons to be confident, but I will continue to say you're not going to have to wait long.
We also received some insight, no pun intended, from Bloomberg's Jason Schreier via Twitter saying, I know lots of people are desperate for Elden Ring news. I don't know much about it except that it's been delayed a bunch, but there is strong evidence floating around that the game will be shown relatively soon. It's not going to pull the winds of winter. Elden Ring has pages. With all this being said, we can assume that an official trailer or more info should be on the horizon, but who will announce it? We can assume it would be Xbox, right? Because I mean, they showed it off at E3 2019, or it could be somebody else entirely. Now let's head over to VG247. Don Pepiot writes, Bandai Namco has trademarked Bandai Namco Next, which could be Bandai Namco's version of Sony's State of Play or Nintendo Direct. A recent trademark filing, now removed, that popped up at the European Union Intellectual Property Office seemed to tease a new showcase coming from Elden Ring, Tekken, and Tales of publisher Bandai Namco. The trademark was filed on December 29th and was approved towards the end of January and covers something called Bandai Namco Next. Seemingly keen to protect its back, Bandai Namco ensured the trademark filing covered products and services including amusement parks, esports, competitions, movies, toys, computer networks, online publications, animated feature films, and games. Is Bandai Namco Next a showcase that we'll see by the end of March? Or is it going to be a showcase that we see in the summer? As COVID continues into the year 2021, we are going to have to continue relying on our summer games blowout be on things like Summer Games Fest. Now, if we do see an official trailer for Elden Ring by the end of March, as theorized by Jeffrey Grubb, it will more than likely be through Bandai Namco Next, and not on a showcase such as Xbox, and here's why. Aaron Greenberg, Xbox Games Marketing, stated on Twitter in a response to an article by DualShockers claiming that a, quote, new trailer will likely be showcased on March 23rd at Microsoft's possible event, end quote. Here's what Greenberg had to say. Just to set expectations, this is not happening. There are always things we have in the works, but nothing coming soon that would feature game announcements or world premieres like this. So let me leave you with this question. When and where do you think we'll see Elden Ring? Bandai Namco next? Xbox? By the end of March? Or during Summer Games Fest? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you're listening through the podcast, let me know on Twitter @AmbitiousCasual. And if you want to stay up to date with all things Ambitious Casual, well, stick right there on Twitter and hit the follow button so that way you're up to date with the new videos and when we go live on Twitch, twitch.tv/AmbitiousCasual. Thanks for listening to the Video Games Beat. Until next time, my name's Rob. Keep gaming.